Shalom. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to all you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving with the old elect, enduring all afflictions and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. I want to make a video real quick. I'm gonna do my best not to make it too long, but I'm gonna go into a dream that I received prior to this whole snowing thing, this freeze, and at the time when I had the dream. There was a certain part in there I didn't quite understand, and I'm gonna get into it here in a little bit. But I want to just give a little a backstory information to you brothers out there, sisters, whoever listens to the videos, to understand how this transpired. That I believe because the way everything played out, it would have been a bad situation for me where I was sent. So this happened in between. Let me pull up the calendar real quick. January, the weeks of January. Um, Starting the January 17th, ending at January 23rd, and beginning the January 24th, ending at January 30th. In between anywhere in these 2 weeks, I had a dream, and I was dreaming heavy. There was other dreams, but this one particular is because, um, like I said, if I would have stayed, I would have been in a bad situation. Um, I was offered a job to go down to South Texas, which is over there by Corpus Christi, to start working, which meant I would have to relocate. Um, so I didn't want to go, but I had to get a job. I had to get a job. I had to work. And you already know. But inside, I didn't want to go. You know, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to be far away from you know certain people, and then this is where I'm at, where I'm at. So I was having a lot of dreams. You could say, oh, the dreams were coming through fear, scared, stuff like that, or you didn't want to go, you were anxious, nervous, stuff like that. Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. Matter of fact, let me get this one script real quick because I don't put my hopes in dreams unless I know through the scriptures, um, they're from up on top. Okay, and the scriptures tell you that as well. Don't put your hopes in dreams. But this is a scripture here in Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 7. For in the multitude of dreams and many words there are also diverse vanities, but fear thou the Most High. Right? But the Most High will take care of you, right? So he'll send you visions, or certain things will pop up letting you know, hey, you need to fall back, stay away from it, whatever. But there's times where we don't quite see, we're not listening, we're not quite understanding, even though the fear is there. But nowadays everybody's saying, oh, you gotta have faith, you can't be don't be scared, just do it, right? Everybody says that shit. Everything will be all right. That's the answer to everybody. It'll be all right, brother. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're not supposed to worry, but it's the Most High gave you these senses. Those that's part of the seven faculties of the mind to pick up on certain things, right? So, and that's people in the world as well. People in the world will tell you the same bullshit. It'll be all right, right? But the Lord tells us that have confidence, have faith. Um, but he also tells us to use wisdom. What I'm saying, to listen. This is Job 33:14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. Okay, so the Lord will send you a dream or a vision, right? Check it. So the dream I had was, I'm not gonna get into everything, but in the beginning of the dream was horrible. All right. Um, it was bad. Like somebody was put to death, chopped up. They were throwing the body parts, trying to get rid of it. They were trying to put the evidence on me. I rebuked them. I left it in my truck. I started to come back home. All right. So on I-10, there's a bunch of hills on I-10, Interstate 10, when you're going towards San Antonio. So that's where I was heading back. And in the dream, when I woke up from the dream, I knew that that's where it was because I already, I've been to San Antonio many times. Been on I-10, and there's a lot of hills, up and down hills. It's real hilly out there. And so when I was driving in the dream, um, the vehicle ended up breaking down, so I had to walk. So I ended up coming up to a hill on foot, and this hill was like vertical. More or less, it was vertical. Like I was trying to climb a hill that was completely vertical, maybe a little a slight slant to it, but it was damn near impossible for me to climb up. But on this, what I didn't realize until, like I said, when all this freezing was going on, it came to me again. The dream came to me not through my sleep, but when I was awake. I remembered because in the dream at the time that I had it, I saw white on the shoulder of the road, on the land. When you pull over to the shoulder of the road, you got your grass, your rocks, all that stuff. So right there was a bunch of white stuff. But in the dream, I was like, it's snow. So there was a bunch of snow, and I was trying to climb up a hill that was damn near impossible, and I couldn't get over it. I couldn't. I kept slipping and sliding back down. And then I woke up, and I was like afraid. I didn't want to go. Like I said, I don't know if I was already, if it was before, or because I got there to the location. See, back on January 29th. Okay, on a Friday. So it was in between these days, right? So I don't want to, like I said, the point is, like I said, I can't really pinpoint the day, but it was somewhere in between this time, whether it was before I left or when I was there. And I ended up coming back from there on February 4th. Okay. I ended up coming back February 4th. There was a lot of stuff that happened from that point when I was there up to that point. So I started actually working January the 30th uh, to February 4th. So I ended up coming back February 4th. Okay. So I drove back, came back home, and what, a week later, Thursday is when it started getting cold on February 11th, and then 12th, between the 12th and the 13th of February is when this freeze started happening. So, um, let me come back to the definition. So, as the freeze was going on here, it came back to my remembrance about that dream, that the snow, the white stuff that I was seeing on the side of the road, which it wasn't white, it was snow, and it came to me. So I was like, damn, was the Lord, like, I believe wholeheartedly that the Lord was telling me not to go. But like I said, this it's not through pride, it's not through none of that stuff. Like I read here. Let me get it real quick again. Um, in Job, right? It says, uh, where is it? In Job 33:17, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man, right? So, like, it wasn't really Like I wasn't trying to do it through arrogancy or nothing like that. It was just, I needed work, and it was an opportunity for me to get on, and it may have been, you know what I'm saying? It may have been, or was it that the Lord was taking care of me? Because I could have been stuck out here in this location. It was in the middle of nowhere at a location, okay? Um, and I was staying in the RV, and the RV, they had the heaters were electrical heaters, and those things will not work under the temperature that we've experienced here in Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? No telling what could have happened. The roads were bad. Um, the nearest towns from that location were, there were at least 30 to 45 minutes away. So it would have been bad, you know. And I finally wanted to bring this out, for brothers, sisters, or anybody that listens to my videos, um, that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, they'll look out for you, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll help you out. They'll deliver you from certain situations. At the time, and the times we're going through it, sometimes we don't fully understand until it all passes over, and you're like, damn, it had to be the Lord. You know, it had to. So I want to bring out this definition here, and I forget what. Let's see what it says. There's the Merriam Dictionary. But anyway, it says vision. It's the collegiate definition, the act or power of seeing, sight. Right. So there's a scene in the movie Suicide Squad with El Diablo, towards the end of the movie, when they're gonna battle against the Enchantress, Enchantress, the witch, put him and Harley Quinn and Will Smith, and that other individual, man, I don't forget his name, under a trance, and they saw a vision of them having what their heart's desire was. They were with their families, or they were with their children, their loved ones. It was what their heart longed for. You know what I'm saying? And El Diablo, he saw the same thing. And El Diablo, he's pretty from the tribe of Issachar, pretty much, right? Issachar, even Gad, they have the ability to they receive a dream, they receive dreams, visions, and they're given the ability to discern those dreams. That's heavy amongst Issachar and the tribe of Gad, Native American Indians, the indigenous people of this side of the land. All right. Um, and he broke out of that. He broke out of that and saw that it was not real, that it was bullshit. Because when you fall under a heavy trance, man, that is on the left hand side, it's hard to break through. Brothers experienced it. It's hard to break through it. There's like a heaviness to it. There's like a power to it that sometimes you can't even speak. You can't even move. Not like I don't believe I ever had a sleep paralysis. I never woke up with my eyes moving, hearing stuff, and I just couldn't move. It was always through dreams where I'm battling in a dream, um, or something's trying to suppress me from speaking or doing what I have to do, and then I get to a point where I just keep digging deep in my gut, and it comes up from my gut into my chest, out from my mouth, and I start rebuking it, to cuss it out, or in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, or I keep saying the names, or I'll pray mentally in my mind, spiritually, keep saying the names over and over, or whatever it is, but and doing, I break through it, right? So that's what Diablo basically did. He broke through it. He said, no, he's trying to wake up the other ones. Hey, we all need to wake up. This is all a lie, right? So the witch tells him, hey, how long have you been able to see? And he says, my whole life, you know? And that sight is not just being able to see like spirits or it's a sight of understanding things, breaking down things that other people don't pay attention to or they overlook or they don't have any type of awareness to the spiritual to the underlinings of things. They just see what their eyes perceive, that whatever was is given to them, but they don't see the hidden things. You know what I'm saying? So um like for me, that I've been like that for a long time. Not even just when I came into the truth, before I came into the truth. That's since I was a little, since I was a little boy, I was able to see certain things, understand certain things. I was given understanding of certain things I didn't have. So to this very day, I was like, I know what it was. I know what it is now. But to this very day, I was like, damn, how was I able to come up with that type of information to do a certain thing unless the Lord had laid down that skill to me. There was no other way. I never seen it from no other man. From no, that was never told to me. Back in our times, it was different. When I was in the '80s, it was different. We didn't have no internet. We had none of that shit. So everything was learned from by word of mouth or just trial and error. You know. Um, but like I said, I was a little boy, and I was doing certain things that to this day, I'm like, damn, the Lord was raining down certain information to me to react, to respond quickly into certain situations. So this situation, I wasn't really paying attention. Even though I was scared, I knew I was like, man, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go at all. But I had to get a job, right? Brothers could say or anybody could say, well, you can get a job here, you can get a job in town. Yeah, I can. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that it just it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I gotta do, there's certain things I gotta pay, there's certain things I gotta take care of. You know what I'm saying? It's not that quite simple. So anyways, um, so it goes the act of power and seeing sight. And over here it says in number two, something seen in a dream, trance, or ecstasy, especially a supernatural appearance that conveys a revelation. So that little thing that I was seeing in that dream, man, was already basically showing me something was gonna happen. There was gonna be a change, but I wasn't quite sure how it was gonna happen, how it was gonna play out. All I knew was I didn't want to be there. Even when I was there, I was like, man, I don't want to be here. I don't feel right here. And my friend that was there, he even came back. He went back to Midland, but he was like, I was telling him the whole time that man, I don't. There's just something here. I don't feel right about this place. I was telling him about the dreams I've been having, those ugly dreams, and all the dreams they just look that seem dark. They just seemed dark. The dreams that I was having, and uh, like I said, anybody, people could say, oh, you're just nervous, scared, anxious, da da da, this, that, and the third, but I don't think so because something catastrophic just happened, right? I came back on the 4th, a week later, boom, we're under a freeze. Food was scarce, water scarce. Now the water, even here in my city, even before the freeze, um, when I got back between that week, that Thursday, I came back on the 4th to the 11th, the water here in my city, um, there were found poison in the water, like certain chemicals that weren't supposed to be in there. And there was a woman named Erin Brockovich that came and she did studies on the water, and she was like, there's a movie about this chick, Erin Brockovich, um, that I can't remember the thing, but she was doing research. She got hired on as like I think like a assistant paralegal or an attorney. Um, and she ended up doing her own investigation and she won. Like it was through something that was going on. Like I can't remember the reason in the movie, but she ended up coming to San Angelo, Texas, man. Uh, February 4th through February 11th, there was something going on with the water here. So there was a ban. The whole city was under a ban of not drinking the water, not showering in the water. You couldn't do anything with the water because there was poison in it. There was something in there. And I can't remember the things that they found. There was three certain things that they found in the water. And then boom, we were hit with the freeze. Okay? And then not to mention the electricity was put on like everybody else in Texas was experiencing, in other parts of the states that you know, Certain areas in your city were had electricity, other parts didn't. We were going through all that too. But my point is that the Lord was showing me that something was going to happen. I just didn't quite fix on it. I didn't quite get on it. So he had to redirect it, and that's exactly what he did. He made something happen February 4th there at location to where he put it in my spirit to come back home. Because if I would have stayed, man, I would have been in a bad situation, man. You understand? So I had been, I think the part of the dream when it came to me about the snow was, I think maybe on a Saturday. Last Saturday is when it just clicked in my brain, like boom. So I've been wanting to do the video, but I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, you know, I just I wasn't trying to do any. I'm not doing this for any type of attention, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Brothers that do know me, I don't try to seek attention from nobody. Everybody has something to say nowadays. Everybody has something to speak about nowadays. Everybody has their reasonings from doing it nowadays. Me, it's like, I just let those people speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, just y'all can speak, you know. So I just keep them to myself. Um, but it was just on my heart to bring it out. Matter of fact, let me this is Sirach 34 and 6. If they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation, set not thy heart upon them. Right. So you don't set your heart upon your dreams, but as I stated, man, when that part came to me about the snow and that it clicked in my brain to remember that there was snow, and then boom, all this the freeze happened. It was something to set my heart on, as far as the Lord, you know, bringing me back where I was going to be able to stay warm, where I was going to be able to have food, where I was going to be able to have water, you know, where I stay at, man. I left all my water here. I have certain amounts of water here, and I wasn't able to take none because I had to leave immediately. They called me like on the Thursday. They told me I had to be there by the next day, so I was unprepared. So I had to burn off real quick the next day when after they called, and I'm prepared with all kinds of shit, and but the Lord, was took care of me. All right. This is in the book of Joel, um 2:28. It shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters and your shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And that's exactly what's going on, man. You know, through whether it be future events, or it's to keep you from perishing, okay, from you being destroyed, okay, whether it be a few couple of days from now, or a year from now, or up until that point of the ultimate destruction by way of fire. Okay, this is second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, upwards of people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. That's right, the end is manifest. So all these things that are going on, that were going on 10 years ago and in between and even before that, these are all just things leading up to the end. Okay, these are all the birth pains, the contractions of that woman about to give birth. Okay, there's going to be a change. There's going to be a rebirth of something new. But before that, it's ugly. Before that, right? Even so, the things that also the highest have plain beginnings. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders, powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. That's right. So the Lord is giving us these signs, man. But also He's giving signs to certain individuals through visions, through dreams. Okay. It says, everyone that shall be saved, and everyone that shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them from me from the beginning. And Lord willing, that's exactly what happened for me. And if that's what it is, you know, if and if that's not what it is to the very end, but in the time being, all praise and glory goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai first and foremost, because nobody else helped me. Nobody else was telling me not to go. Nobody else was hitting me up and doing none of that stuff, you know. So uh yeah, that's why, you know, I'll speak for myself. That's why I always give praise, glory, and honor to the Most High and His Son Yahweh Shai, because they're the only ones that make those types of moves, man. When you ain't got nobody else, they're the only ones that make those moves. Okay, and He does work through certain men, and those men, women, and children that are there, you know, those are the ones that are gonna catch blessings, Lord willing, they do. You know, um, I'm gonna come over here to Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 7. And now I say unto thee that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations which thou hast heard. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee, until the times be ended. Right? So, Lord willing, you know, as I always say and always hope for, I'm part of that number. Okay? I hope I'm part of that elect, that small remnant that is to be that is promised to be saved, man. Because bad times are coming, man. People, you know, people think this is bad at what happened just now. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna be to the point where you ain't gonna be able to go to a house. You ain't gonna be able to go to an RV. You ain't gonna be able to go to your friend's house, your family's house. All right? You're gonna be asked out, left out in the wilderness outside your city. What are you gonna do? What are y'all gonna do? Okay, It- it trips me out how certain people think, you know, the Lord, the Lord give us a lot of answers in the scriptures that we need to do. Scriptures say all things are written for our learning, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, hopefully certain brothers they catch on to exactly what he's saying. But some things, man, you know, I don't know. It's gonna get worse out here. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna get any better. It's people thought 2020 was bad. 2021 is gonna be worse, man. You know, and it's funny too because when all the COVID shit was going on, uh, you know, it just happened last year. You know, just a few months ago, right? A little bit more than a few months ago was going on last year, and I remember telling my friend, I was like, man, uh, everybody's jumping on this whole Joe Biden thing, saying, oh, he said the darkest winter and all this bullshit. You know, what matters is the word, and what matters what comes from a man of the Lord. And I'm not saying I'm a man of the Lord. I hope I am. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling my friend of mine, see, it was probably like anywhere between August, September, October, something like that, maybe. I was like, man, it's gonna be a bad winter. You know, I was really referring to how, you know, the COVID thing, everybody's gonna get sick and stuff like that. But all I felt through the spirit was that this winter was gonna be bad. Because a lot of people should know that here in Texas, the winter it stays cold. It don't start getting cold until what, November, and it lasts all the way until like February. And another thing here in my city, February is a month where they have the carnival come. So the carnival should have been here already, but they postponed it till May. So I was like, what the hell are they doing? So I was thinking all this from the time I came back from Corpus, February 4th to February 11th is when I found out that they were pushing back the carnival to the till May. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is it? And then boom, this freeze happened. I was like, man, there's something they knew. They knew like a week in advance. They had to know a week in advance because the carnival should have been here already last week, the week before, something like that. And boom, this happened, man. So you know, there was a lot of people that were unprepared. They didn't think nothing like this was gonna happen. And caught a lot of people off guard. You know, but like I said, going back to the dream, man, and then how the Lord set everything up and pushed me back over here. It was that I don't if that's not the Lord, then I don't know what you want to call it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what's that's why I had to bring out this video because I was gonna be like, nah, I ain't gonna make a video. I was gonna sit on it, not sit on it like I'm just gonna not I don't care about it. I was gonna just share it with certain individual people and that's it. But I felt that the Lord would want me to put this up because of I know it was through him. Like I said, if not, I would have been in a bad situation, man. A very bad situation if I was up there. That's like uh 5 hours away from here, you know, and yeah, it was pretty bad, man. It was pretty bad, and it was also, beautiful that the Lord set it up that way for me to come back right in the nick of time before everything got nasty out here, man. Let's see. The act of power of imagination, mode of seeing or conceiving, usually discernment or foresight, right? But like I said, I wasn't really quite understand. All I knew was I was trying to come back. In the dream, I was led to leave. I was pushed, I made a decision to leave, come back, and I was put up against that the highway where it was like almost damn near vertical, man. It was up and down. I was trying to climb it, but I kept sliding down. And on the side it was snow. I didn't understand. I was like, damn, snow? Even though it snows here, it snowed what a few couple of months ago here in Texas. But it was nothing. Like I wasn't steadfast on it or anything like that. But for some reason, like the scriptures say, that one I just read in Ecclesiastes, now that I'm thinking about it, is Ecclesiastes where it said that through dreams come through the multitude of business, right? Let me get it real quick. Yeah, it says Ecclesiastes 5:7, for in the multitude of dreams and many words, uh, so like, hang on, that's not. Oh yeah, this one. I read the one earlier. I read wasn't the right one. Ecclesiastes 5:3, for a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words. So a dream can come through the multitude of business. So you could say, oh, well, you had that sub, subconsciously, subliminally, it was somewhere in your mind, and that's what manifested in your dream. But this, it came to pass. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that, like I said, it was even though I wasn't able to click onto it, the Lord pushed me out to show me the reality what it was that he was trying to get me to away from going because it wasn't time. It wasn't meant for me to go. Okay. So yeah, man, I just wanted to bring that out and share that to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, how he delivered. Um he helped me out and got me out of a bad situation to a good situation. And Lord willing, Yahweh Bashim Shai continues. He'll do that for many other brothers, Whoever the elect is, the chosen, you will be taken and taken care of, man. Let me get this other one. Let's see. This is Sirach chapter 2. Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. Okay? So Yahweh Shema Shai will not leave you out like that, man. And there's another one that came to my mind. Let me see. Yeah, but like I said, man, after I was just glad to be back home. I was like, man, to hell with that place. I was done. First I didn't even want to be there, and I came back, and I was like, man, this is where I need to be. But it was that moment, like I said, while it was already freezing and snowing out here, came to my mind. Boom, the dream with the snow on the side of the road. That's when it really hit me. That's when I really knew. Um, this is Sirach chapter 28. Uh, Sirach chapter 28, verse 22. It shall not have rule over them that fear the Most High, neither shall they be burned with the flame thereof. Such as forsake the Lord shall fall into it, and it shall burn in them, and not be quenched. It shall be sent upon them as a lion, and devour them as a leopard. Okay, so it's all those that it's not going to touch the elect. It's not going to touch the chosen, but the ones that either did bad to the elect, the ones that you know were hateful towards the elect, those are the ones that are going to experience. They're going to fall into that place of receiving that reward of wickedness, of being judged and stuff like that. And the elect they're not going to see that. They're going to witness it, but they're not going to be put into that messed up, miserable situation like that. So with that, hope was edifying. Till next time, shalom.